Hi, thanks for listening into my podcast. I found out that 1 in 5 Americans are looking to retire overseas. Wow. So I'm Tony Reinhardt, and I am one of those 1 in 5 Americans. My husband and my 2 dogs and I are looking to retire in Spain. So in that process, we're selling our house in Reston, Virginia, where we've lived for 27 years, almost all of the contents, and we're packing up our 2 dogs, and we'll be driving to Reno, Nevada. We want to spend the winter in Reno for a lot of reasons, and we're going to take you on this journey with us. So this podcast, I'm going to tell you everything we're doing to make this happen, this move from Reston, Virginia, through Reno, Nevada, to become residents, long-term residents of Spain. I will tell you almost everything that I'm doing, including how much I'm spending on stuff. So I just want to put a few disclaimers in this intro. I will tell you what I spend, but I am not a financial advisor. It is not financial advice, so I'm not giving any kind of advice. I'm also going to tell you probably who I used and things like that and what my experience is, but I am not endorsing any person, product, or service. This is just a journal to tell you how it's going for me, and maybe you'll find it useful, and maybe I'll get some feedback, and you'll give me ideas of what I should be doing in this move. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope to hear from you. Hey, I'm a day late with this week's podcast, but when you hear what I've been up to, maybe you will forgive me. It's been another really frantic week, and lately I'm thinking, those HGTV shows where they completely rehab a house in like 48 hours? Yeah, I hate those people. I don't even see how that's possible. The other thing that I don't see as possible is all of these shows that come in under budget. Ha! I don't even think the budget is a real thing anymore. So here's what we've been up to. And I have it all, I'm telling you, planned in my mind. I've got it project managed. I have spreadsheets. So Monday was the estate people come in. And they did come in. The estate people came in on Monday. And we started cataloging. First I had to decide, of course, what's going to Spain, what's going to Reno, and what can be sold or given away. So we did spend the weekend doing a lot of that. And luckily, we're taking very, very few things to Spain. A couple of chairs that mean something to us. A couple of pieces of furniture that are really nice. And I just want something to feel that it's something familiar. But I don't want to take too much stuff. So we went through that. A lot of pictures that mean something to me. So the estate people came, they started on Monday. I don't know how I thought this was going to work, but we'll keep talking about how that does actually work. And then Tuesday, the granite people came in. So far, the granite people, this went exactly as I expected, probably even a little bit better than I expected, and quickly. So they were in like 8 o'clock Tuesday morning. They installed the granite. They installed the sink. They were quick. They were out of here. That whole project with the sink cost me $2,200. So I was happy about that. And remember, finally at the end, I am going to tell you what all these numbers are. So don't worry, I have a spreadsheet. So far the granite came in what I expected. And the porch was way under what I expected. So granite's done. Now Tuesday, the estate people are still here, and they are so thorough. They take pictures of an object from every angle. They describe the object. They look it up if it might be an antique or something valuable. So Tuesday, they're still here. The granite people are here, but so far everybody's out of each other's way. Things are working okay. By Tuesday, though, my husband, Bill, and I are working on the stuff that we know that we have to do before the painters come in because labor for painters is like $50 an hour. So we want to save ourselves some money there. And besides, we did need to take down all these pictures that were going to get shipped to Spain anyway. So we're running around the house, removing the window hardware, removing ceiling fans. If you've ever hired a designer or a stager, it is just like on TV. The first thing they do is walk into a room and say, get rid of the ceiling fan. So there, bye-bye ceiling fans. The master bedroom closet's getting painted because that whole room's getting staged. So we had to remove everything from the master bedroom closet. And I spent almost 6 hours removing the wallpaper border that I put up in our guest bedroom 27 years ago. That bedroom was the very first bedroom I did because I didn't have to check with Bill on what he liked or didn't like. I could do whatever I wanted in there, and I put in a wallpaper border. So if I ever think about putting a wallpaper of any kind anywhere again in my life, I hope that someone will seriously have me committed, because that's a terrible job. So we did that. We got through all of the things we were supposed to remove. Wednesday, the painters started. And this is when it really starts to get fun, trying to live in a house where, first of all, we have people from the estate sales company looking at all the objects, taking out the objects, photographing the objects. And I've got 2 dogs. Don't forget I have 2 dogs. And we have painters. And now, by Wednesday, we're all tripping all over each other. So by Thursday, I've decided I'm going to spend most of my time outside in the garden doing all the landscaping stuff the designer wants. So I've been doing the landscaping stuff, also keeping the dogs out of the way. And the estate salespeople are still here. So on Thursday, we now still have everybody tripping all over each other. And the painters are still painting. And the estate salespeople are still cataloging. And I'm gardening. Oh, and the other fun thing, trying to live in a house the house gets wrapped up in drop cloths and plastic every morning, and then a few rooms that we may need get unwrapped in the evening so that we can try and still live in them. So that's been fun. But so far, of course, I only have my opinion for this, but so far my opinion is I'm still fairly sane through this process. My husband and I have had so far only one fight, which was stupid, because I swear I said, do not pack that comforter for Spain until we wash it. But he somehow thinks that I never said such a thing. So I'm going to relegate this to, we're tired, we're stressed, we're stuff like that. We're still married. We have not broken up over it. He has washed the comforter. It is now packed again. But in my mind, and by the way, I think a lot of people are going to agree with me. In my mind, I do not want to be sitting in Spain waiting for all our packages to arrive and unpack a dirty comforter. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I'm sorry I ratted him out. Don't tell on me if you know him. But we worked it out. We're still married. Things are still okay. So this is where we stand now. We're still in the process of doing the landscaping that the designer wanted. And I can understand. I mean, at first, when I'm looking and she's telling me to remove things like my beloved hibiscus, which is totally overgrown, and I never even wanted to prune, it hurt a little bit. But now that those plants have been taken out, it looks a lot better. So we're still doing that. The estate salespeople finished up all of their cataloging and all of their photographing and everything today. And then later this afternoon, the online auction will start. So absolutely, I'll keep you posted on that. The online auction will start, and that will run through Thursday. And then, after the auction closes, they figure out who bought what, and they gather everything together. And then on Saturday, people that won their bids will come and pick up their stuff, or they'll ship stuff that's going somewhere else. But the house should be cleaned out by Saturday. And then Bill and I and the 2 dogs are just going to get ourselves over to an extended stay America, because at that point, the house is supposed to be empty, except for the couple of pieces that the stager wanted to stage the house with. So there'll be 3 or 4 pieces of furniture and things that I might hide in the basement because we haven't quite gotten them ready. So we've got 3 kinds of destinations. Well, really, 3 kinds of destinations going on right now. By next Saturday, me, Bill, and 2 dogs, and a supply of clothing and cosmetics go to an extended stay. Then we're packing the stuff. This is way more complicated. Who's keeping track here? So we got that. Then we have to pack what's going to go in the car with us to Reno. So there's a very limited amount of space. It's only a Mazda 5, for heaven's sakes. But we do have a little space thing on the back. It's not like a trailer, but it's a little shelf thing. So the stuff that gets packed for Reno is going to go with us. Then there's the stuff that's going to get shipped to Reno later. So we have to pack that. And then, of course, there's the stuff that we're putting in storage that next spring will be shipped to Spain with us. So remember that part where I said, so far I'm still sane? Maybe that's not true and I just didn't know it. So thanks for listening. I actually heard from some people that wanted to know where the podcast was. I hope you forgive me for being off a day. It's been just an incredible week. It's fun. It's nerve-wracking. And I hope that it goes a little bit more smoothly next week. We'll just have to see. Thanks for listening. Bye.